Bollywood. The 1990s. A period where the industry experienced never before seen dominance and vibrancy thanks to the Doctor. The 1991 economic reforms opened the markets, increasing public spending power and greatly benefiting Bollywood. Budgets soared, star salaries surged, and ticket and popcorn prices climbed. Single-screen cinemas declined, paving the way for the multiplex era. This decade also saw perhaps the highest concentration of superstars in a single 10-year span. All of it seems almost incomparable to the decadent state the industry is in today. All-time classics like Rangila, Bombay, Karan Arjun, Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. Thank you, Mr. Chatta. All released in a single year. Movie fans were eating good. However, most movies in this era, like other industry counterparts as well, haven't aged well. They are either cringeworthy,
मामला आ गया है क्लास का और तुम मार खा गई हो क्लास से. हम हैं ऊंची क्लास के लोग और तुम्हारा हमारी क्लास के मुकाबले में कोई क्लास नहीं.
regressive, or an unholy combination of both.
अब मैं बिना पेट्रोल की गाड़ी और बिना नशे की ताड़ी हूँ. अब मैं वो फटेली साड़ी हूँ जिसको कोई हिजड़ा भी नहीं पहने.
We'll get back to this category in a while. Right now, let's focus on the few that have aged well. You often praise these movies for being ahead of their time because of their innovative writing, subject matter, uniqueness of concept, or for simply capturing the intransient nature of human emotion which begets relevance past and present. These are good movies. They showcase some of India's finest artists at perhaps the peak of their powers, giving their all to ensure that their work is not lost to the annals of time, but rather creates lasting memories or inspires change that will resonate for generations to come. Not always. Rajkumar Santoshi's Damini is his best work as director so far. Released in 1993 and headlined by Meenakshi Seshadri as the aforementioned proto-feminist icon, Damini starts off rocky and slightly rough around the edges. On my third rewatch, I realized how difficult it is to predict the plot of the movie and would highly recommend you to go in as blind as possible. For the first 1/3 of the movie, you honestly have no idea where this is going. It seems like a typical fish out of water scenario. The pauper marrying the prince and struggling to fit in with her sasural, gradually trying to win them over by saving them from a financial or a moral crisis using her wit and unconventional rural ways. This will eventually lead to the family accepting Damini and transforming the Guptas into the benevolent despots that all Indians love. All of these notions are flipped upside down during the Holi incident. Urmi, the family maid, is sexually assaulted by the younger son of the Gupta family and his 3 friends. Damini and her husband Shekhar are the only witnesses to this horrific crime. The Holi incident is not confined to fiction. There are many women, past and present, who have been sexually abused in the name of festivities, all brushed aside under the garb of Burana Mano Holi hai. Such is the profound impact of this incident, not just on Damini but on countless real women, that a well-meaning festival of joy and colors meant to celebrate the victory of good over evil is maligned and instead leaves lifelong scars on its victims. In the movie too, the Rang, the Gulal are reduced to motifs symbolizing the horrors Damini and Urmi experienced. Damini presents several such parallels to the real world, parallels that remain relevant more than 30 years later in contemporary society. Whether it's the endless media circuses, the pressures of Dahej or dowry, police brutality, apathy and corruption, all these elements ring true more than ever. The Holi incident shatters the facade of modernity within the Gupta family, stripping away the thin veneer of open-mindedness present in most upper-class Indians. And so, a family's honor is at stake.
खात्मे में जाएगी।
अब इस घर की इज्जत तेरे हाथ में है।
A crime needs covering up.
क्योंकि तुम्हारी एक सच से सब कुछ बर्बाद हो जाएगा। देखो दामिनी, इस बात को हमको दबाना पड़ेगा।
Damini is torn between the lies that will protect her new family and the truth that will bring justice to her friend.
आपका झूठ उर्मी को बहुत भारी पड़ेगा।
But a visit to Urmi at the hospital steals her resolve to do the right thing.
मैंने किसी के खिलाफ कुछ नहीं कहा, सिर्फ सच कहा।
अरे भाग लगा तुम्हारे सच।
This pursuit of truth is at the very core of Damini's story. But in a society where deception is rewarded, violence is celebrated, and honesty is punished, the path of righteousness is as thorny as it can be. And perhaps the biggest, baddest thorn in her path is him. Amrish Puri plays barrister Inderjeet Chadda, a cartoonishly evil lawyer.
औरत तो मर्द के पैर की जूती है।
A man with unlimited wealth at his disposal, willing to sink to any depth to bend justice to his will. Could you elaborate some more, barrister?
तबाह करके रख दूंगा सब कुछ, लेकिन शिकस्त नहीं खाऊंगा।
Thank you, Mr. Chadda. Allow me to put my science hat on for a minute. To create lightning, you need two crucial elements. The first is a charge generator. When supercooled water collides violently with ice crystals, a charge imbalance is created. Damini clashes again and again with her in-laws, her own family, the police, the lawyers, and the perpetrators, building up charge with each collision. But no matter how much charge is gathered, it's all for naught without the second element.
बचा लीजिए बाबा, बचा लीजिए, बचा लीजिए मुझे।
A force of nature so powerful that it separates negative particles from positive, creating a massive voltage difference reaching up to 100 million volts, which ultimately gives us the total runtime of Damini is around 149 minutes. Sunny Deol is on the screen for only 33 of them, less than 25% of the total runtime. Yet, if you ask anyone what they remember most about the movie, they'll most likely quote Sunny Deol.
इस पेशे को भड़वागिरी कहते हैं। चला मत।
And I don't blame them. Sunny Deol's Govind, a drunk, disillusioned lawyer, carries the vast majority of the third act on his back.
जब ये 2.5 किलो का हाथ किसी पर पड़ता है ना, तो आदमी उठता नहीं, उठ जाता है।
He's a lawyer, a detective, a brawler, and he loves speaking in riddles.
तू कभी चिड़ियाघर गया है? तूने कभी बच्चों को बिजली की तार से पतंग उतारते देखा है क्या?
There are few actors who can pull off what Sunny Deol does, not just in this movie but throughout his filmography. He's a master of the art of shout acting.
गिरी हुई वो लोग होते हैं जो अपने घर में पली हुई लड़की का बलात्कार करते हैं। गिरे हुए वो लोग होते हैं जो अस्पताल में पड़ी लाचार लड़की का खून करवाते हैं।
While other actors might sound insincere, forced, or unintentionally comedic when trying to shout act, Sunny Deol, when paired with a good writer, is a weapon of mass destruction.
अगर आप उन्हें इंसाफ नहीं दे सकते, तो बंद कीजिए ये तमाशा। उखाड़ फेंकिए इन कटघरों को, फाड़ दीजिए, जला दीजिए इन कानून की किताबों को, ताकि इंसाफ के ऐसे चक्कर में और लोग तबाह ना हो, बर्बाद ना हो।
Catharsis personified. In a country with over 5 crore pending court cases, it's easy to forget that there are real people involved in each and every one. The horrors they have to endure at each hearing, the apathy, the nepotism, and alleged corruption within the judiciary. Govind's monologue remains tragically poignant, perhaps even more so in today's India. Deol's performance is powerful, almost too powerful. His character gets the coolest lines.
मैदान में खुले शेर का सामना करोगे, तुम्हारा मर्द होने की गलतफहमी दूर हो जाएगी।
He is involved in every fight scene. His screen presence is so commanding that it almost risks overshadowing the focal point of the story. But Rajkumar Santoshi is up to the task to ensure that this doesn't happen. In the climactic showdown between Govind and Chadda, the camera slowly pans to Damini. Even as Sunny Deol and Amrish Puri are dishing out powerful lines, their shouting match fades into the background. Damini is overcome with a mix of confusion, despair, sorrow and helplessness. A perfect storm brews until finally lightning strikes. What follows is a monologue which would come to define Meenakshi Seshadri's acting career. I would highly recommend watching it on your own. This moment is what makes this movie so special, so path-breaking for its time. Because remember when I mentioned the 90s movies that haven't aged well? One of the biggest problems with these movies is the misogyny ingrained in them. The depiction of sexual assault was seen as means to titillate the audience. In fact, due to repeated exposure to such sequences, audiences became so numb to this abhorrent real-life crime that they took pleasure and even applauded when witnessing the sexual abuse of a woman on screen. Such was the prevalence of these scenes and their appeal to mass audiences that Vidhu Vinod Chopra sharply critiqued this repulsive trend in his 1986 thriller Khamosh. While the director excitedly orders the villain to tear off the heroine's clothes, the producer proudly exclaims to himself,
Super hit.
all while the screams of a hapless young woman echo off screen.
डबिंग में ठीक करेगा जी.
छोड़ो छोड़ो छोड़िए मुझे मेरी मम्मी को बुला दो चल रहा है कोई बुला जोर दे और जोर दे हां वो कपड़े फाड़
But perhaps the most sickening height of this trend came with the idea of marrying one's own abuser. Raja Ki Aayegi Baraat and Benam Badshah are both guilty of this.
कि जिस लड़की को नंगा करके उसने बेइज्जत किया, उसी लड़की से शादी करके उसे अपने घर की इज्जत बनाए.
These films are deeply problematic and rooted in the archaic notion of preserving the honor of the victim.
औरत की इज्जत पर अगर एक बार दाग लग जाए तो वो कभी नहीं धुल सकता.
धुल सकता है सावित्री माँ, धुल सकता है अगर दाग लगाने वाला खुद सिंदूर लगा दे.
तो क्या जिसने तुम्हारे साथ बलात्कार किया तुम उसी के साथ?
हाँ, शादी करना चाहती हूँ.
Just reading the Wikipedia synopsis will make you sick. However, even in movies with stories far removed from such subject matter, female characters were reduced to mere instruments, either to be the hero's love interest or just a beacon of light that highlights the hero's virtues. This is where Damini triumphs. A lesser movie would have let Sunny Deol's Govind take center stage and deliver the knockout punch. But instead, director Rajkumar Santoshi and writer Sutanu Gupta ensure that Damini remains the focal point right till the very end. When the verdict is declared and the world showers Damini with praise and admiration, Govind quietly makes his exit. No closing dialogue, no sermons on morality. He knows this is not his story. He is not the protagonist. He is the opening act for the headliner. A crucial element, but just an element nonetheless. A charge separator necessary to create lightning. Damini's story remains applicable even today. Reported crimes against women have been on the rise since the 90s, and considering that a vast majority of such crimes go unreported, this scourge is nowhere near its end. Our judicial apparatus remains broken as ever, and its supposed beneficiaries are still plagued by the elusive Tariq. The fact that Damini refuses to lose relevance is a slap in the face to the society it vehemently critiques and seeks to change. The belief that exacting revenge on behalf of the victim is the most suitable form of justice and closure is a misdiagnosis at best. I don't want to live in a society where every sexual assaulter is given capital punishment. I'd rather live in one where the assault never happens. This is the eternal vigilance that Damini has been subjected to, and I can only pray that one day her vigil comes to an end, that one day Damini can finally rest, a day when her story loses all relevance. Okay, a lot of things were left on the cutting table which I feel deserve a mention. Number 1, Rishi Kapoor's Shekhar is a terrible husband. He claims that the quality he loves most about Damini is her honesty, yet he berates her when she exercises that very trait against his brother. Number 2, Amir Khan has a special appearance in the first song and dance sequence. This was done to promote Rajkumar Santoshi's Andaz Apna Apna, which was released the following year. This is the first time Amir and Rishi Kapoor share screen space. The second and last time would be 13 years later in Fana. Number 3. In 1988, in the movie Ganga Jamuna Saraswati, Amitabh Bachchan's character uses so-called jism ki garmi to heal the female character.
इसकी जान बचाने के लिए जिस्म की गर्मी देने के अलावा अब और कोई रास्ता नहीं.
The female lead is played by Meenakshi Seshadri. Number 4, this practical stunt done by Meenakshi. And number 5, this Oscar-worthy line from the script.
बिल्कुल सही वक्त पे बलात्कार किया. अब मैं गुप्ता खानदान की इज्जत का बलात्कार करूंगा. शुरू तो अब होगा इज्जत का खेल.